Okay, so it's showing that I'm live in both places. Hey, Greg. So thank you for joining me. I was saying that it is 6 a.m. here in Cape Town, and what's interesting is the hill behind me where I'm staying looks exactly like Bernal Hill, which is where I lived in San Francisco. So people said that Cape Town would feel a lot like San Francisco, and it definitely does. And it's awesome, and I've only been here 4 days, I think, and it's fantastic. So hey Kim, hey Linda, hey Seth. Okay, good. I have people on both Instagram and Facebook, so this is exciting. I am, oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. Okay, this is gonna be hilarious. So I am wanting to share about my experience as a digital nomad because I've met a lot of people along the way. Some people know my full story of what I'm doing. Some people are someone I talked to yesterday just thought I was a travel blogger, and that's actually what sparked this video. Is I thought that I should share a little bit more about how I am able to do this professionally, and I'm not just travel blogging, although that's kind of my favorite part of my day, is to have fun adventures and share them on social media. So I will just give a little bit of background on myself. I went to the University of San Francisco back a long time ago and got a business degree. And I worked as a corporate event planner for a couple of years. And I was only 23 when I left that job. And I have a very clear memory of needing a day off. And I told my manager, that I needed a personal day because I just had a lot of stuff going on. I was dancing at the time for the Warriors, and I just had so much going on that I needed a day off. And she said, "Oh, Kendra, you don't have personal days. That doesn't exist." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, then I guess I will. I'll call in sick because I'll be sick." And she said, "Kendra, you can't call in sick. We know you're not sick." And I looked at her, my little 23-year-old self, and I said, "What do I need to tell you to let you know that I'm not coming in today?" And it was at that moment that I knew that the office 9-to-5 life wasn't going to work for me because I just had stuff to do, and wasn't going to go along with the rules, especially for the amount that they were paying me at the time to live in San Francisco, which is always amazing that I survived on that amount. But anyway, so I quit that job, and then I got into personal training. And then I moved to Southern California and started my own personal training business. I was dancing professionally at the time. Personal training was great because you can make a lot of money per hour. And I sort of grew into a passion for personal training. It definitely was something I did just as a function of needing something that I could do while I was dancing in LA. And let me know, it's a little breezy out here. Let me know if the wind, of course, the motorcycle decides to rev, gets too loud. So I was basically, like most people, trading hours for dollars. So it was a good business, but I either had to just pack my schedule and work 8 hours a day, which is hard being a physical job as a personal trainer, or I could do something else. And actually, the business that I'm in, I fell into not super intentionally because of the business. I fell into it because of the nutrition program. And so I have a story related to an injury that this nutrition program that I teach helped me heal that injury. So when I went through the program and I had such a great experience with it, I quickly saw that I was going to be talking about this and sharing it with my clients, with my friends, with my family. So it became, an easy fit. But looking at the business model, my business coach and nutrition coach at the time said, "Kendra, aren't you recommending things to people anyway?" And I was telling them to go to a particular nutrition shop and buy a particular protein powder. And sometimes I would pick it up and deliver it, and I'd charge them like $5 for me to do that. And so she said, "Doesn't it make sense to align yourself with the brand that you like and make continued commission, like real commissions off it. And I said, yeah, that makes sense. So, so I got into the business, and that first, so the company that I'm with is Arbonne, which most of you know, and they also have skincare and personal care products. And at first I thought, I know nothing about skincare and makeup. I literally, when I danced for the Warriors, I had to do like paint by numbers on my eyelids because I didn't know how to apply makeup. So, but anyway, I learned that they had a healthier, clean ingredient policy. And so that aligned with my values as a health coach and what I was doing with nutrition. So what the business has allowed me to do is this, which I'll explain a little bit more about what I'm doing. But I've grown a network of clients over the last 8 years that continue to order their nutrition, their personal care products from me, and I continue to make a commission on them. So I have clients from 8 years ago who every other month put in their orders, and I don't necessarily talk to them very often, but they continue to order. It's also allowed me to grow a network of other business people who want to add this into either their main source of income or a side income. And so I, teach and train them how to do that. And then the other thing that's allowed me to do is personal growth. And I put this as a really high thing on my list because I think anybody that reaches a level of success in any business, but especially as an entrepreneur, has to do a lot of personal growth. So this company, but also the industry and just being an entrepreneur in general, there is definitely a culture of reading different things, different podcasts, different morning routines and rituals and all of that. So I've definitely gained a ton in that department. And I think that's been a lot of the reason of how I was able to push myself and let go of my San Francisco apartment and start traveling the world. So the first time that I got the experience of making money while I wasn't physically present was when I was in Argentina. And I went to Argentina about 9 months after starting this business. And I was there drinking wine and eating steak, as you do in Argentina. I checked my my stats online, and I had sold, I think at the time, like, I don't know, $3,000 worth of stuff without having done anything. And I looked at my friends there, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm sitting here having steak and I'm actually making money. So that was my first aha that this could be my tool to travel the world, because as much as I am passionate about the world. So that is what I'm doing. And I'm not going to go into any more about the Arbonne company. That's kind of a different conversation in a different video. But if you'd like to know more about that, I can definitely share. And so the anti-inflammatory diet became my passion because it was what really worked for me and was a profound change in my life. But then the business model and being an entrepreneur, that's what has become my passion now. And so I teach, my main focus now is teaching and training other people to do this business, or sometimes even other businesses if my company isn't a fit for people. And really what's great about what I'm doing right now is people are sharing their dreams with me. People are saying, I've been wanting to do this, I've been wanting to go there, I've been wanting to start this business, whatever it is, or I'm a stay-at-home mom and I want to get back into the workforce, but do something flexible. And that is what lights me up and keeps me going right now. And so definitely I'd love to have conversations with you guys, again, whether my business is a fit for you or not, and help, explore. And what's nice is the Digital Nomad life and community is growing, and it's a big community. I've been talking with people world, I actually posted, I don't know, last week sometime about visas. Like there's different European countries that are offering, they don't call them digital nomad visas, but they are like, one of them kind of sounds like it. It's basically entrepreneur or part-time, or like whatever. Anyway, so the world is really aligning with this digital nomad culture. And, oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to balance this thing. I'm going to get an arm workout at the same time. Anyway, so part of being a digital nomad, a huge part, is understanding online marketing. And that's something that I'm with the people here at Hacker Paradise that I'm with. We all talk about, these videos and, having a YouTube channel or having your email list and emails. And, there's so many things that go along with being a digital nomad. And over the past year, I've really been a student of that. And I have a lot of tools available to me that I've found over time. And I'm definitely happy to share those with people and help, again, if you're already in your own business and want to expand it online, I can definitely help share those things with you too. So I think lastly, I'll just share a little bit more about Hacker Paradise. So that's the group that I'm with. And some of you know my story that I was going to go with a different company I was going to travel for a year with them of digital nomads. And some of these people have corporate jobs, so they're just allowed to travel. They're just allowed to work remotely. So there's one woman here who's a traveling nurse recruiter. The only issue that I see with that, sounds like a great job, is that she has to work American hours. So she's at work from, I think, 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. every day. And that doesn't sound good to me. So, and there's a lot of self-employed people who are doing what I'm doing. One of my friends that I've made is a garden design, she's going to kill me for not saying this right, garden design educator. So she has a platform to teach people how to design their own garden. So people have really interesting, business plans, and it's cool. It's cool to have us all collaborate and see, what we can do while we're in South Africa. So Hacker Paradise works a little bit different in that they have trips all, right now they actually have 3 locations going on. So there's us in Cape Town, there's people in Bali, and then there's also people in Montevideo, Uruguay. So they have couple facilitators at each location, and then I think anywhere from like 10 to 25 people in each location, and they coordinate some professional activities for us of this community. And I've learned a lot about, being international. Coordinate our working spaces that all have and all that. Like my Facebook is, anyway. So it's nice to have that support. And so I'm gonna just finish this trip, and then I'm gonna come home to Northern California for the month of December. So I hope to see all of my peeps there. And then I'm crafting a plan for what I'm going to be doing in January and for the rest of 2019. And there's some fun things going. One thing I'm almost certain about is I'm going to be joining Hacker Paradise in Taiwan for the months of March and April. And that's a big draw for me because Arbonne, the company that I work with, they distribute in Taiwan. So I can be doing more networking like on the ground, as I say. So that is all I'm going to share. I'm going to see if there's any questions if you're on either platform. And I apologize for my eyes going back and forth. This might not be the most ideal, but it's kind of fun to be able to speak to everyone on all social media platforms at once. Thank you guys so much for joining. And again, love to connect with all of you and brainstorm and inspire each other to reach our goals and go all around the world together. All right, take care.